everyone, Cash here, back with another video from Madden 16. We are here in our Raiders franchise, and we have finally reached the end of the preseason, and it is a big week. A lot of decisions to be made. We have to make 6 cuts at the end of this episode, and I'll tell you right now, a lot is going to happen between then and now. We're going to play this game against the Giants, but first let's take a look at what the situation is. Michael Crabtree, Allen Hurns battling for the third wide receiver spot. Butler, Lucas, Fitzgerald battling for the final 2 wide receiver positions. One of these guys is not going to be on the team at the end of this episode. Lee Smith, Lucas Jackson, the rookie, battling for the starting tight end position, and then Walford and Woods battling for the last tight end spot. And then I would say some of these guys are battling for starters and positions, but honestly, all of these cornerbacks are battling for a roster spot. I have not been impressed with any of them. And then Nelson and Allen battling for the starter at strong safety. Dominic Davis, as if you saw last week, injured with a collarbone, so he's out 6 weeks. So we're going to play this game against the Giants. As I just said, I have not been impressed with any of the corners, so we might look to make some trades later in the episode as we're making our cuts if nothing really changes in this game. It's 1st and 10, Eli Manning dropping back. He's going to go deep, and this one's going to be a flag. And look at that, right on cue, Logan Ryan going to be called for the pass interference. This guy we signed before the preseason started, and there's maybe a reason why he was still a free agent after free agency, the draft, and everything, because he has not played well. I don't think he fits in this defense, as it's going to be Hill, the tight end for the Giants, catching that one down to the 14. Now 1st and goal is the Giants, looking for the quick score. Shane Vereen, and there it is. And just like that, we are down 7-0. We got to turn it around here. The defense, normally the strong suits in this franchise, the first 2 seasons, they played very well. Look at this. Luke Jackson, the rookie, absolutely stumbling, rumbling, bumbling down the field for the big first down. But our defense normally is our strong suit, and they have not played well at all in the preseason. We have given up a lot of points. As 1st and 10, Percy Harvin going to pick up close to a first down. It's going to be a little bit short, so 2nd and 2. It's going to be car play action, dropping back, looking downfield, facing pressure, throws it up. This one not good, and it's going to be Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie coming down with a pick. That was a poor throw. We faced the pressure. We just had to get rid of it. It was just a little bit too much in the air there, too much hang time, but 3rd and 10 here, and it's going to be a pass complete to Odell Beckham Jr. as he's out across the 50, and the Giants offense looking pretty good here in this first quarter. Eli Manning driving them down the field. Manning here going to throw once again. That pass is going to be off the mark, as Eli making me look bad, just giving him a compliment. Now 3rd and 9. Eli going to drop back, looking, some time to throw, and this one nearly intercepted. That is Keith McGill there. He is the one guy I have been impressed with. He hasn't played too bad. He's been the best out of all the corners, but that's not saying much. As now 1st and 10, it's going to be Cooper with his first catch of the game. Already here, just a minute left in the first quarter. This one flying by. Of course, with Davis injured, that means we only have 2 quarterbacks. I couldn't sign another one because we have to make cuts, so it's going to be Carr and Griffin this entire game. But here, 3rd and 12, Allen Hurns continuing to impress in this preseason. Makes the first down reception. Now 2nd and 12. Carr going to continue to play into the second quarter. I'm just going to split it a half and half with him and Griffin, as Tavon Austin with his first catch of the game. Now 1st and 10 from the 27. Carr, can we avoid another interception here as he's looking deep? He's going to find Allen Hurns once again down to the 5. Allen Hurns, man, I am so glad that we signed this guy in free agency. There was a lot of other better wide receivers available, but we went with him because I was so impressed with him last year when he played against us as the Jaguars. As you see, Ellis, the running back, going to find the end zone, so we tie the game. And the Giants already here looking for the 3rd and 10. Not going to be complete. Eli 2 of 7 in this game. So 4th and 10, a very long field goal. They do have the wind, but this one off the upright, so the Giants not going to get the field goal. So we're going to take over here. Short field. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Carr shotgun. He's got Tywan Jones to his left. We have not seen Jones much this preseason. And look at this. We've got somebody beating. It's Allen Hurns. Misses the tackle, and Allen Hurns get a touchdown, good sir. On the 3rd and 7 play, we get it all. Allen Hurns. Look at this guy for the touchdown. So we take the lead, 14-7, 1st and 10. And this pass to the tight end, going to take it out across the 50. It's going to be Bradford, not Sam Bradford, as I thought it was at first. No, this is a rookie Bradford the Giants drafted. 3rd and 4 now from the 42. And the throw going to be wide open, but that is a poor pass downfield. So 4th and 4, an even longer field goal for the Giants, and they do have the wind, and it's going to be good. So the Giants pick up the field goal as we're in this 3rd quarter, 14-10 your score. Griffin in the game now for the second half, and he is looking, he's going deep, he's got a receiver. Who is it? It's Jocelyn Fitzgerald in stride for the touchdown. The big strikes coming today in the passing game. Hearns first, now Fitzgerald. That should help him in his fight for a roster spot. But now 1st and 10 here, the pass complete to Flowers, and look at this big tight end. That is a big man there as he gets down to the 47, now 2nd and 3 from the 40. It's going to be play action. Bradford dropping back. He's going to face pressure, hit as he throws, and the pass is going to be complete. The secondary continuing to fail us, but now 3rd and 2, Bradford off to his right into the pressure, and this pass, that one never going to work. He, I guess, just throws that one away, so the Giants are going to get a field goal. So 21-13, 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Griffin, you got room down that left side. We will take advantage, and we won't slide, and we are going to be burned once again. Robert Griffin III is hurt, so our starting quarterback is in the game. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Isaiah P. taking the 2nd and 4 carry. No one's going to touch him. He finds the hole, and this guy has some crazy acceleration. Honestly, his speed ratings are not that great, but he just, for some reason, plays so well in games. Dislocated shoulder from Robert Griffin III. Boy, I hope that is not a long-term injury. We'll look after the game, but Carr is going to have to finish this one out. Luckily, it's 28-13. We'll try to run the ball a bit. 1st and 10. It's going to be Moeki with the reception. No idea if I just said his name correctly, but Bradford having himself a bit of a struggling game. 10 of 21 in this one. Now 1st and 10 from the 35, and it's going to be another throw. Bradford looking, going to find a receiver. It's going to be Harris. Dwayne Harris down to the 16-yard line. Has 155 yards passing for Bradford. But here, 3rd and goal. This is a big play. Can the Raiders defense step up and get a stop? 13 points would be the least amount we've given up the preseason. But never mind. Touchdown. Somehow they get a touchdown. I do not know how we give that up, but it's going to be a touchdown for the Giants. So it's back to an 8-point game. And we're just going to throw one deep. And it's going to be Tremaine Lucas. This guy, we haven't heard from him in a little bit. I don't think he had too many catches in the 3rd preseason game. Has played very well in game 1 and 2. And look at this. He's coming right back. 4th quarter, taking over. Another 1st down catch for the undrafted rookie as he has impressed very much in this preseason. 3rd and 4 now. Looking for the touchdown. Can we get it? No, we can't. So we'll settle for the field goal. But that would be it. We'll hold on to win. We take it 31-20. 14 points in the middle 2 quarters. That would be enough for the victory. It's going to be Bradford 21 of 36 for 261. Carr 229. Played way too much in this final preseason game. 3 touchdowns for the top 3 guys. 1 interception for Carr. Isaiah Pede going to have 59 yards on the touchdown. Vereen, a touchdown. Griffin, 1 carry for 21. That ended in the injury. Allen Hearns, 4 for 98. Impressive finish for him, as well as Lucas, 71 yards for him. And then Jackson, 33 yards, had a very impressive catch, though, on that 1 catch. On defense, it's English and Brownlee with 2 tackles for loss. Mario Edwards with 1, had the sack. Darman gets a sack. And then the 1 interception coming from Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. So out of this game here, now comes the important stuff. And actually, a big few sigh of relief. RG3 is not hurt long-term, so that dislocated shoulder apparently not too bad. So he's okay. So taking a look at the numbers, Robert Griffin, a 132 QB rating, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dominic Davis impressive as well. Derek Carr didn't get a lot of work, so I'm not worried about him. Isaiah Pede, this guy, very surprising. It's surprising how many surprising names there were in this preseason. Isaiah Pede was just a random signing I made before the preseason started, picked him up, and he was awesome. Allen Hearns, impressive, 230 yards, 4 touchdowns. He leads all receivers in both categories. Jocelyn Fitzgerald had an impressive preseason. Tremaine Lucas, I'd say Pete and Lucas were my 2 biggest surprises of the preseason. Michael Crabtree, not too great. Lee Smith, you see both those guys right there with 60 and 59 yards. Latavius Murray had only 1 catch. Isaiah Pete had a couple. But I think the wide receiver position is going to be the spot where we have to make our hardest cuts because I honestly like all of these guys. They all played well, but someone's going to have to lose out. On defense, Allen and Darman, the 2 leading tacklers. Tackles for loss is going to be Darman with 3, Poole and Edwards with 2. Sacks, not really a lot going on there. Mario Edwards had 2. Smith, Mack have 1.5, and then a bunch of guys with 1. A couple of the rookies there pick 1 up, and then only 2 interceptions. Darman and Leon Hall. Still, we struggle with the interceptions, but that's it for the stats. It's now time to make some cuts. First cut, going to be some of these young guys at halfback. Harvey Lauderdale, we only really saw him maybe a couple plays. I wasn't impressed with anything he had. Sanders, we drafted him, but again, just outperformed by Isaiah Pede, who I don't know, he was just a throw-in sign. I saw his name, thought this guy looks good, going to throw him in there. Feliciano, we have too many offensive linemen. This guy just going to lose out on playing time because of what we did in the draft, so we're going to cut him. Wide receiver, and here it is, Butler, Lucas, and Fitzgerald. Honestly, I don't want to cut any of them, but we have too many wide receivers. And just because he's on the bottom of the list, I was so impressed with Lucas. Lucas earned himself a spot on this roster. We're going to cut Jocelyn Fitzgerald, who we drafted last year. Sorry to see him go. Maybe we bring him back later if an injury comes up, because I was impressed with him in the preseason. And then before we make our final cuts, we're going to the trades. We're going to try and make a deal. I see Janoris Jenkins here, the 4th cornerback on the Rams roster, and he does not look too bad. 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 95 agility, and his coverage numbers are not bad at all. As you see in comparison to Logan Ryan, 86 speed, Leon Hall, 83 speed. Part of the reason I think we had issues is because those two guys are so slow. Carey, the only guy with decent speed, and then the coverage numbers, pretty comparable with Jenkins. He's mid-80s for both. All of our guys actually have not bad speed, but then the other guy, one we just played against and had an interception, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, has 99 man coverage. So obviously one of the top 2 Giants corners, but they are deeply in need of a tight end, so we might be able to use Lee Smith for that. But you see his numbers, has this speed, pretty decent speed as well. Definitely would be an upgrade though. But you see the Giants, they need a tight end. The Rams need a wide receiver. So either guy, I'm first going to go for Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie because the man coverage, 99, that is just crazy, and he's only an 86 overall. So we're going to offer Lee Smith and a 4th-round pick for Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. They do need a tight end. Smith is an upgrade, so let's see if they take it. The Giants submit the trade offer. We have never made a trade, I do not think, in our first 2 seasons. What are they going to do? They're going to accept it. All right, so we have scored here. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie immediately fixes one of our corner positions. We now have to make a cut. So we have Rodgers-Cromartie up there at the top. Then we have Ryan, Hall, Carey, McGill, Bishop. Honestly, any of these guys are open game. So Bishop, you would think, is going to be the cut we're going to make, but actually, no, he is not the cut we're going to make. Logan Ryan is going to be the cut. I was so disappointed with him after signing him before the preseason started. Luckily, no salary hit associated with that. We get the $3 million back, so we're good there. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going back to the trades. I still look at the corners and was not happy, so I'm going after Janoris Jenkins. We're going Jenkins and a 2nd-round pick for Michael Crabtree and a 5th rounder. We have 2 5th-rounders. We picked one up in the draft. We're going to offer that. Jenkins, the 2nd-rounder. I don't know if the 2nd-rounder is going to be too much, but Michael Crabtree is a huge upgrade. Even though it doesn't look like it, they're saying it's red, but he's immediately their best wide receiver. So I'm hoping that in the 5th-rounder will be enough. I'll make it down to a 3rd-rounder if we need to, if they're not going to accept, but let's see. Are they going to accept? Yes, they are. So not only do we get another corner we desperately needed, but we picked up a 2nd-round pick for Michael Crabtree. So our final cut is going to be Bishop. That's going to round out the roster cut. We will now advance to the regular season, and this will bring an end to what I think is maybe the most exciting preseason I have done in any franchise, any Madden franchise in the past couple years. This one was crazy. A lot of surprise players coming out of the woodworks to make it to the roster. Isaiah Peed won himself a roster spot. Tremaine Lucas won himself a roster spot. And then we end it with a couple of trades that I think drastically improve this defense and drastically improve this team. I think if we had gone into the regular season with the corners we had, we would have had a tough year. And it is a difficult start as we're going to play the Patriots in week 1. But I'm going to go through, rearrange the depth chart, figure out where we're going to put everybody, kind of see how the corners are going to play out. Not sure how we're going to play. Obviously, Rodgers-Cromartie is going to get one of those starting spots, but I'm not sure who's going to get the second one, whether it is Jenkins or TJ Carey. Leon Hall probably played himself out of a starting spot in that preseason, but I'll rearrange the depth chart, give you a look at it, let you take a look at the schedule for the season, and then we're going to get into it. The Super Bowl champion Raiders looking to defend their title here in Season 3 of this franchise. We'll see how we do. I don't know if I've ever been so uncomfortable with a Super Bowl defending team. We had a lot of turnover, but we'll see what happens. That's going to be it for this one, though. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.